Hello again everybody. I eventually get to fly the Calypso. First flight on the morning, me and Nick had a quick flight. Nick got at the 1,300 I think. I think at one point I managed to get to about 5 or 6. Never had the altitude on, so not sure. But it was rough and off to the west, so we landed. And I was happy I flew the Calypso in thermic conditions. I took off on this flight, as I said, first flight. It was lumpy and rumpy. It was murder. I had to get myself for the first time on my own, all set and rigged, and that's not nice and easy to do, not with a glider, you know. But not a problem, I'd done it. Wasted a bit of time messing about, mind you, but oh well, I went. I got in the air eventually, but there was nothing nice about it. I say it was flying, but nothing special. I think after 5-10 minutes, all out of my mind was getting down. So round and round I went. Done some 360s low down, so you can see the glider. I don't know, trust it better than I did the old Skyhook. She sort of circles and she just holds a nice constant circle. Really nice. But here she goes. Round and round. Really nice to fly. It's so light to fly. I was amazed how I wasn't getting tired. Yeah, 360s, nice and low. I wouldn't dream of doing it that low on a Skyhook. Not unless there was nil wind, but today there was a bit of wind, as I say. But up 1 minute, down the next. So it was lumpy bumpy, and as I say, down the next. And most of the time now I'm thinking about making a landing, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to land on the front because I'm carrying the glider forward again. Double surface or not double surface. So I've done a couple of approaches, well, I've done about 5 approaches in actual fact. Every time I get lined up, it wouldn't feel right. It never feels right at the best of times, mind, going in on the front, but you know when it is right. So each time I abort it, don't mind, flying's flying, still in the air, that's all that matters. At this point, I have got rather low, so I'm sort of a bit concerned now. I've got to get on top, I don't want to go to the bottom. Down 1 minute, up the next, as I say. So let's keep trying. We get another approach and see if we can get in. As I say, most of the flight, once I got low, was trying to get in. Here's another approach. Keep trying and trying. Yeah, as I say, I've got a front landing coming on now. We're getting ready. We've got a few approaches now, and I can feel it coming up. Round and round we go. I didn't think I showed this many approaches. I thought I only put 1 or 2 on there. But as I say, you keep trying. One thing I do note, the speed of this glider up to the old Skyhook is a hell of a lot faster. She's sort of travelling about the sky. So one more try coming up. The other thing I do notice is well, having a P-bar is so much easier on my wrist holding on. Another line up, but no good again. So down we go again. I didn't think I put this many on. Young chap on the ground I was talking to earlier, I was just waving to him then. I must admit I'd flown over him 3 times anyway, but it's a little bit lumpy. On a new glider I didn't know, so I didn't wave back. But I think this is the approach I got. This is the one I've done. I think I got it right, I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. How many did I put on? Still better this time. Let's go for it. Here we go. This must be the one now then. Looks like it will be. I've got a bit more height now. As I say, you know when it's right and you know when it's wrong. As I say, this flight was Nick done well. Nick got 1300 above takeoff at best on his it was mediocre. Here we go, I got it right this time. So this is my first landing on the front with this glider, and I'm aiming to get right on the front. I don't want to mess about, and I drop the glider and take off from the same spot I land on. That's what I call the ease of flying. She come in, I had to run. I'm not used to gliders, I got to run with. So that was a novelty for me, but she flew well and landed well. So now you drop the nose in the grass and you're so happy with the flight you had. Leave the camera running, walk off and have a cup of tea. So then you spend all day sat around waiting to fly to get your second flight. Battery's well done in. But I thought, well, it might be done in, but I might as well switch them back on again and see how long they run for, and we'll get, at least we'll get another takeoff. So here's the second takeoff. Now I'll go on chatting while you're watching me take off the second time. This second flight now, I haven't got my altimeter on. I've took my jumper off earlier in the day because we was out on that first flight, and the next thing I know on this flight, Wayne's climbing away and Nick. So I thought, well, they're not going down, so I don't need to wait to watch in case going down. I'm off as well. So I was off behind them. For a while we were all sort of bumming around at set heights. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I noticed Nick and Wayne were below me, and I started going round in a thermal. Next thing I know, all three of us were just going up. And then at some point, we never stopped going up. The Vario just continuously said up and up and up and up and up. There was spots where it was screaming up. I think that was probably the little thermals. But I think basically we were in wave. And we were just climbing away slowly but surely non-stop. Climb, climb, climb. Now, I was really hoping now when it started climbing, like for the first 15 minutes was mediocre, as I say, but once we started climbing away it went on and on and on. And I was really praying that my battery would still be running. But fair enough, it ran for 43 minutes, which I was surprised really, because as I say, the battery had been dead on the ground all afternoon. But we climbed out. It wasn't sunny, there was no sun hitting the ground anywhere. Yeah, the Vario started to say up, 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 and it never stopped. You know, the flight was, bear in mind now, I'm thinking, God, this is this new glider, look at it climbing away, it's much better than Sky Up. But at the end of the day we realised it was an exceptional day anyway. But after thinking about it now, the height I'm getting at by the time the camera cuts out, the height I'm at with the camera still running is nothing like what we got. I ain't got a clue what we got up to. Nick and Wayne would know more than that. But I was okay, and suddenly I started feeling cold. Well, I took my jumper off and all that on was my overalls. I think what happened, once I got so high I was starting to get worried about getting tired. And I thought, God, it's going to take me ages to get down from this height. So the next thing I know, I started putting on the speed to try and lose height. The Vario still screaming up with the bar in. But I think all I'd done was make myself cold with the excess speed, like more wind chill. So then I started worrying, and then I referred back. Yeah, and then, as I say, first thing I noticed was about Nick and Wayne. They come over then and joined me. And then we all started going up, and that was the point after this was when it got climb, 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 climb. But as I said, I got cold then. I started worrying about getting down now because I didn't want to be too knackered to land, because this was a hell of a flight about what I'm used to. And yeah, I referred, my brain went straight back to the manuals I read when I first learned to fly 35 years ago, and it was side slipping turns. So I got this thing up to about 50-degree bank turn, pulled the bar in as far as I thought was safe to do so, and just slipped out the sky, spinning down. Anybody on the ground watching me must have thought I was nuts. but I must have done 25-30 spins in one direction, 25-30 spins in the other direction, and I was still way above the hill. Must have took over half hour to get down in total, and the whole time I was freezing cold. And I mean cold. Once I realised I was getting cold, the chill got in, and there was nothing I could do about it. But I was a bit gutted really when I got home and checked the camera and seen it only ran for 43 minutes, but I don't mind. This glider is fantastic. Yeah, anywhere you went you're going up. Once the sky cleared on the evening and the worst of the thermic produced clouds cleared, there was just wave bars everywhere. So we just assumed that if you went back over the back past the trees you seemed to go down, and if you went out way out past the chimney you went down. But anywhere in between those two places and along the ridge, the length of the ridge and more, you were just going up. It was fantastic first flight. Give me a chance to get to know this glider. That was all I wanted. She had a bit of the left wing at times is hard to get down, but I'm not worried about that. I can sort that out. I can cross-reference the battens sort of thing. Change one from one side to the other. The two tip battens you alter, nothing else. But I'll bring the two tip battens from one side and put them on the other side, see if that alters it. If it does alter it and make the other side worse, then I shall interchange the two battens and cross-section them. If you know what I mean. So it's hard trying to make a talk for these. Yeah, as I say, the thermal was slow, but it just went on and on and on. There were spots where you hit it and you go up. Once I was trying to get it down, I eventually pulled on speed, but the first thing I did was trying to find sync. But when I hit sync and circled in it, it just turned into lift. You couldn't lose it. But anyway, I had the flight of my life on this glider, and I know she flies well. And I'm well happy with her now. Hope you enjoyed that anyway. Out for now, petethewrist. Cheers all.